Hello, welcome back. Let's go into the concept of object-oriented programming. So, first of all, why do we need ops and what is ops? So, in a real world, we know that everything is object-oriented, right? Everything, like here in the example itself, it's given pen, chair. Right now, if you're watching the video in your laptop or your mobile phones, all of them are object, right? So, we are surrounded by objects. So, so now let me give you an example about the main functionality of ops. Suppose a person has written a code, okay, a very elaborate code for a particular software. Now I want to write a similar code with a little difference, like tiny changes that are required. So there can be two ways of doing it. Either I can I can write my own code, which will take a lot of time because it is an elaborate code, or I can take the other person's code, and I can make the changes according to my desire. Now, which one will be easier? Of course, if I take in the other person's code, right, because it will save a lot of time for me, and also everything will I will not have all the debugging procedure will also be done, so it will save a lot of time, right? So when you're using ops, it gives you that advantage. You can reuse a program. Now let me first I'll give you a example that you have very commonly used. So let me first open the notepad. Okay, so notepad, you see this is a notepad. Then again, let me open a WordPad. All right, and finally let me open Word, MS Word that we all use. Okay, that might take a little time. Okay, so in all three of them, you see that suppose now I want to save these programs. Okay, let me start with the notepad. The moment I press save, I get this dialog box, right? The same for the file, for the Word file, right? I try to save. Okay, so here again, and finally for this too, for the Word file as well, I'm trying to save it. Okay, now let's bring all these save options here, and we can check the difference in all of them. So this is for the WordPad, this is for the notepad, and this is for Word, right? So here you can see that all of them essentially have the same kind, right? It is essentially same. You see here it is the same file name, save as type. Here also file name, save as type. Here also it is file name, save as type. So what do you think? If every person, when they are creating this different software, they have written the code separately? No. If that was the case, it would take forever for someone to create all the softwares and for us to run it, right? So what have they done? They have taken the template of one and then they've added features based on the requirements. So this is what an object-oriented programming is. You are taking the template of one and the set of codes, whether it is like a code which is whether you require the entire code or you require a part of the code, you just take that and you can edit and you can make your own programs according to it. So this is where the reusability of ops comes into the picture. This is a huge advantage. Okay, now let me just close all of them. So you can see here, this is a basic example. So this is one of the features, right? Many more. This is just a very simple thing which we all have come across. I've just given you this example. There are many more. Okay, so you can see how advantageous is ops. So now what is the main two features in ops is class and object. So in this you can see a very simple example is given. So suppose a person is trying to make maybe a small house or something. Okay, we are trying to make a small house. Then we know that what are the things that are required required, right? What are the properties that are required? That is, whether the color of the house is going to be this, what is going to material that is going to be used, what is the price? All of that are objects. Okay, that is because we have like a physical significance of it. So that is the object, right? And it also has a logical objective, that it is also logical because we know what we are going to do, the color, material, price, everything. Whereas the class is knowing what we need. Okay, like what is the shape of the house? Okay, but what is going to be the height? What is the structure going to be? It is not physical, but it is logical. Now that is class. Okay, this is how this is the simple example and to understand class and objective. So next we go to the advantage, but the biggest advantage is that it is easier to troubleshoot. Obviously, if it is a very specific, there is class and object, so you can if there is some issue, we can clearly, it is easier for us to find that portion of the program which is wrong, because it's just maybe one class or two class or a section of it. Then the one thing is that you can reuse the code through inheritance. We just have to add the extension, and then we can extend it, and we can inherit the entire properties of the previous code. And also the flexibility through polymorphism. We'll get into the details of this in the upcoming slides. But polymorphism is where you can the main method is going to remain the same, but you can change how it is going to be used, okay, based on your requirements. So ops gives you advantages that that whether you are using the entire code from whether you are inheriting the entire code from a program, or you're from the previous program, or just a part of the program, it does not matter. Based on how you want your program to be, you can just use that section of it. So what that does that do? It saves a lot of your time, right? You are not writing all the codes, you're not spending time on debugging. It will save a lot of your strength and also your time. Okay, so these are some of the advantages. So what are the concepts that we have in or the ops concepts in Java? So we have encapsulation, abstraction, polymorphism, inheritance, object and class. They are the basic, that's where it starts. And from there we get into the other 4 different kinds of features. So let's take a quick break here, and we'll come back and we'll learn about the very first concept of ops, that is the object and class, and then we'll go into the rest.